Welcome back to our final segment. I'm here with Fire Chief Neil Anderson. Neil, thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you, Peter. I appreciate the opportunity once again.
Let's just back up a bit because you started, I believe, in the military. Tell us about that and how it relates to fire protection.
Yes, I actually joined the military way back in 1989. I also came from a military background with my father, and I joined in Ottawa as a firefighter, which was very fortunate at that time. And I did firefighting all the way through for 10 years, including shipboard firefighting. And that's where I realized if I want to make a change for improvement, I have to take another route. So I took my commission as an officer and became an airfield engineering officer. That is the route to become a fire chief. And after years of training, and I am bilingual, I ended up as a fire chief in Comox, BC, and then traveled around, went to the fire marshal's office as the operations and policy, the Canadian Forces Fire Marshal Office in Ottawa. And I was also at the Canadian Forces Fire and CBRN Academy, where I was both chief instructor and then returned as commandant of the academy shortly before I retired. And then I saw this opportunity as deputy fire chief in 2017, which I jumped on. So I guess you could say I've started from basically pulling hoses to writing policy and directing, leading, and now I'm in management, fortunately.
Incredible. Actually, great journey, by the way. Neil, what do you want to see differently and just in terms of community engagement now that COVID's behind us?
Yes, COVID, that was quite an eye-opener, quite an experience. People need to see people. And that's what I want my firefighters and my staff to do. Get out there and see people or welcome them in at the same time. Firefighting, the difficult part of it is you're known to be responding to emergencies. But what do you do other than that? Why does the community need you? Why do they even care? We can't help anyone except for those who are in need at the time. So I want my staff, other than the volunteerism they do, as in helping out muscular dystrophy and charities, House of Blessing and whatnot, just to get out there and be seen. We're here for the public. We're here to help everyone. Maybe you can come see us and show your kids or maybe that adult child some of the tools and equipment we have, and we can provide some education on what we actually do, how we're qualified.
Yeah, and maybe get to see some equipment. Tell us about this mid-platform truck that you guys have, your latest acquisition, nice and shiny.
Yes, we call this Tower One. It's an aerial platform, 100-foot Pierce Ascendant, and it's very uncommon to have a mid-mounted platform. But we thought it was ideal because it's easier. It has a much shorter wheelbase. You can do short jacking, which is what happens when you jack it in a tight space. And it's a lower profile aerial vehicle, but still provides all the same qualities. Yes, it's shiny, but it's one of the best pieces of equipment I know my firefighters will concur with. It's very handy, long overdue, and we've had to use it approximately 5 responses so far.
Neil, you have a lot of other shiny equipment that looks new but is really old. So what do you have planned, hopefully, in the next few years to replace?
Yes, some of our equipment is well past its prime. One of the biggest focuses for myself, for the department and the corporation is replacement of one of our engines, engine 2 over at Station 1. And that's where in 2027, that's when this vehicle will be at its prime. And because it's so difficult ever since COVID to get replacements of anything, we have to start now, looking at that now to get the order placed, and they can put it in. It takes about 2 years now, and a lot more money for creation of a fire vehicle. Same
Yeah,
as a
talk about planning ahead.
yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Fire Chief Neil Anderson. Appreciate you joining me today.
Thank you very much, Peter. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for joining the November Zoom edition of What's Up Stratford. I'm your host, Peter Mirage. Make it a great day.